What's going on, people? I don't know what's in the air, but I felt inclined yet again to get in front of this camera, man, and share some of my thoughts. We going into Friday right now, and I'm looking at every single thing throughout the week, grading myself on my interactions, grading myself on how well I'm getting my points across, uh, my perception of the realities that I'm facing, how I'm managing my time, where I'm putting my energy. Quite frankly, it's really a blessing to be able to still walk, breathe, have a sound mind. It's a blessing to still be able to complain, to be able to use your sight and your hearing, to be able to use some type of functioning within your body to have reasoning to things that might be going on that you don't really necessarily have all of the answers to per se. A lot of times we are handling life a little delicately. Sometimes we're overly aggressive with how we deal with it. What I mean by that, so you could be in probably one of the most horrific spots and have just about everything going against you, like going upstream in a current that's pretty much going in the opposite direction, whether or not it be people speaking wickedly on your name, putting demonic attacks and curses into the atmosphere to try to stop you from progressing in your journey. Um, Things that are manufactured within the person's heart could be from a demonic or from a fleshly place of not really understanding that having these type of emotions and these feelings inside of you only does one thing and serves one purpose, and it eats at them while they're trying to stop and attack you and cause you to err and stray from your destiny by putting all of this wickedness out there into the atmosphere, basically digging their own grave between someone trying to sabotage your work or trying to speak death over you by saying things like, oh, you're not tall enough, you're not attractive enough, you don't have the cognitive dissonance to be able to tell the difference between this, that, or the third. Your painting isn't good enough, your writing isn't good enough, you're not socially available enough to be able to go back and forth with a person. There's so many different things that come with life, man. Um, I don't know if people really take it that serious. And I'm leaving the building, just getting off, and between just trying to stay my course, whether or not it's popular in many people's eyes or not, I'm realizing that every single day to go by is really a blessing. We pretend and we act as if these minutes and these seconds are just expendable, and that we can just use them up and use them up, and we can just go into that bag over and over and over again until, like, the resource is just infinite. And the reality is the resource is not infinite. Nothing is infinite. The only thing that is destined to be infinite is life after this. And I don't know how people can go every single day of their life not really taking certain things serious. When I say serious, I'm referring to your mental health, your spiritual understanding, um, how you treat people, how you problem solve, how you find resolution in dangerous situations, how do you face obstacles, do you avoid them, do you embrace them, do you chase your goals, trace your dreams, are you honest with yourself, are you speaking life over yourself, are you having a connection and a relationship with God? Where do you stand right now? If you could take this second after this video, or even during this video, and ask yourself where you stand at right now. Are you confident? Are you happy with where you at? Are you happy with how you deal with people? Are you facing things the way you should be? Are you progressing in the ways that you want? Are you confident in where you're going to end up after this? Do you feel like if something was to happen to you right now, that you would be in the graces of the Creator? It's like it's baffling to me how many things we take for granted. Really take things for granted. Even just the socks on our feet, whether or not they got holes in them or not. Um, Someone saying hello to you or checking up to see how you doing, checking on your mental health, praying for you. Every single little thing, a handshake, a hug, just someone leaving you a message, man, is something that I don't think a lot of people appreciate. And I'm sitting here watching people walk up and down these streets, if you can see what I'm talking about. Like, there's just a certain type of beauty that we really don't appreciate or respect or honor, because we are so caught up in our phones, in clothes, in our favorite TV shows, and who's popular, who's viral, which is another thing that I want to cover too. Um, this whole viral moment, everything has to stand out. Otherwise, it's not worth watching. It has no value to it. People have to get in front of a camera and talk about sucking penises and showing their ass and flashing the camera and being ignorant and all of this for what? Because you need to constantly be in front of the lens and get the validation from people because something inside of you is missing. It's crazy to me how we've come so far in society that all we have really to fall back on is promiscuity, hate. I hate you. I don't like you. Whatever. Trolling, more trolling, more trolling, sex, more trolling, sex, more trolling. The disrespect between black women and the opposite race, competing, who has the nicest this, who has the nicest this. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just very, very grateful for where I'm at right now, even if it's not where I would like to be. It's better than where I could be right now. You know what I'm saying? You might not have the car you want. You might not have the house you want. You might not have the love you want. You might not have the friends you want. But put it this way, are you prepared, or are you deserving of the things that you are asking for? Do you put in the time for it? Are you worth it? Are you the person that you claim to be on these spaces when you type your thoughts and your words out for the people to come back and respond and interact with you on? Are you worth that? Are you that person? Or are you copy pasting solutions to problems that you haven't dealt with or faced? What is really happening? So we have a whole dynamic, or we have just too many different things going on at once that we often internalize and try to avoid to face the realities that there's evil that is lurking around us 24 hours a day, and it's covert, it's loud, it's in our face every single day, it's in us. And I think we need to pay a little more attention to how we are treating our spirits and how we're treating people and how we're really looking at life and how much value we really put into these breaths that we take. So just some food for thought, man. I love y'all. Have a blessed one.